Well, my dad had mentioned from time to time that he had a tree in an avenue of honour, and he hadn't mentioned the place, and we subsequently found out from buying a book called Early Creswick, and thumbing through it we found that on the very last page there was a list of the people who had trees in the avenue of honour, and we looked through and found Dad's name, the tree number, and we came up and decided we'd better do something about looking after it.
Near one of the trees I found this plaque, broken plaque. So I thought to myself, well, obviously this must have been something of significance. And I spoke to a few of the locals, and then I said, oh, this is Avenue, and they said, oh no, this was an Avenue of Honour. They said, oh, over the years, it sort of all went down, nobody seemed to worry about it. And I said, well, it's a magnificent little area. Why can't we do something about it? We'll think about forming a committee and trying to fix up the avenue. We turned up, we thought, oh, we'll get about 20 people. The next thing was about 150 people turned up.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, we couldn't believe it. And the farmers turned up with their front end loaders, there was farmers with chainsaws. There was people going everywhere and tools and everything going. We thought, well, all we would have done was about 20 yards of the avenue. Yeah. We ended up doing the whole avenue in one day because we had all these people.
Our father was 39 years old when he joined the army, and he was a very good rifleman because he belonged to a rifle club for 14 years, and he was a good horseman. That's why they accepted him. And he enlisted in Ballarat. My father was lying in the trench and they thought he was dead. And the Salvation Army chaplain was walking along and said to the sergeant with him, no, he's not dead, his eyes are blinking. So they rescued him, sent him to England hospital with pneumonia, pleurisy and shell shock, and he spent 3 months in England in the hospital, and the family had no idea where he was. We've got some letters that his sister had wrote trying to find out where he was, because they were writing to him each week and sending parcels, but they were all coming back, address unknown. So she must have finally got word where he was. Yeah. So then after he was discharged from the England hospital, he was sent home. Yeah, Marjorie, Betty and I are the youngest of our family, and we don't ever remember our father working. And he spent the last 5 years of his life in bed, and Mum nursed him.
Yeah, we have visited Belgium on 3 occasions, and on the second occasion the guide took us to the area where Gilbert was killed, or was last seen, or possibly buried there. Passchendaele was their aim, but ended up just being a crossroads in a completely flattened town.
I just thought it was tragic that, you know, with all of that killing and all of those lives lost, that now, you know, it's a paddock where you can look at it and go, well, we think that's where he would have died. And then just so many men that, you know, that people just don't know, and all they can narrow it down to is some small area and say, well, we think that's it.
We had a lovely family gathering to pay tribute to Gilbert 100 years after his death here at the Avenue of Honour. It's a lovely, tangible reminder when there's no known burial place or a grave to go to.
Over the years, I think we've achieved our purpose, which was to preserve the trees and the history of the former Shire of Creswick Avenue of Honour. I believe with all the volunteers and the new people that came to live in Kingston, I think they'll keep the avenue going, and it's congratulations to them, congratulations to Julie and the committee at the moment, and I'm pretty sure that the avenue will continue on as magnificent as it was and into the future.
Thinking about my great uncle Gilbert, there's much to ponder, but his own words in his last letter home really struck a chord with me. His longing for international peace. The more I see of war, the more I am convinced there must be a better way of settling international disputes than this.
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.